The third week of Unrivaled saw some teams turn their season around, whether that meant it was a good or a bad thing. Starting off at the bottom of the standings, the Mists are now 1-4. They did grab their first win against the Vinyl. Hamby scored 35 points, but couldn't get the Vinyl to win that night, as every Mist player that hit the floor scored double digits. It's their only win, but you know they needed that momentum, and as a Founders team, they are dead last in the standings, while the Owls are sitting in first. Not really sure what they need to correct there. Dejanay is still out. Nylissa Smith didn't play in the last game. They still need to figure out what needs to change for their game plan, but a win against the Vinyl is pretty good. The Rose are now 2-4, and they seem to be on a bit of a roll there. Chelsea Gray has found her rhythm. She scored a game-high 28 points against the Laces, and the team has got a lot of chemistry. Angel Reese did get ejected from their last game.
McBride with just 5 points. Reese claps her hands and reaches in with the ball.
Didn't see the reaction of now standing in front of her.
I think Reese was gesturing towards Hayes, and maybe the official thought it was to him.
I think
Live this game is Gray pulls up.
But the Rose got the win, so I'm sure they're still happy with that. I still love what Kalia Copper's doing. I think this is going to be great for her W game, but it's also giving Angel Reese a lot of confidence, and we see Chelsea Gray playing loose out there. So I think all of them will go back to their teams, appreciating Unrivaled. They'll definitely be in shape, but the things that they're getting to work on and hone in on, especially on this team, should be pretty impressive when they get back to the W. The Vinyl are now 2-3, and they've slipped in the standings after having a red hot start. They lost their last 3 games against the Laces, the Mists, and the Owls. Hamby is showing out. We all know she's very comfortable in the 3-on-3 format, but they're not getting a lot from their guards in the last few games. Ogunbowale cooled off. Canada only gave them 4 points in their last outing. I hope Teaspoon has some rousing speech for them, but mostly Canada and Howard getting time together should help Atlanta in the long run, at least with the W season. I think they just need to calm down and get back to basics, reset their game plan a little bit, trust each other. They really get stuck in this one-on-one mode, but considering the skill and the players they have, they really can turn it around. The Phantom are now 2-3. They turned their season around in a positive way, winning 2 of their last 3 games. They won their first game without Sabrina Ionescu, and that just seemed to raise morale. The team buckled up and changed the game plan a bit, and even when Sabrina got back, they seemed to only get better. She scored 32 points against the Rose, so maybe she needed a little break, and Sabali needed to see that it was her team. But they've been on a nice run considering how their season started. The Laces are now 4-2, and I'm officially a soulmate. The Laces took their first loss against the Owls, but the killer news is how they're losing players. That first loss came after losing AT in a collision, but we did get Jackie Young back, which made the Laces Owls game even more exciting. It literally came down to the last play, and even though the Laces lost, I loved the game.
Has a couple of game winners, and she almost...
The best Unrivaled game I've seen. But the next game the Laces played, they did lose Jackie Young and Tiffany Hayes to injuries. They do get a full week off to recover, so hopefully they're back to full strength. They didn't look so great without AT, but once they lost Tip and Jackie Young, it was all downhill from there. Jackie might be done after this injury. She just started playing, so they might shut her down just to keep her healthy going into the W season. And then the Owls have a 5-0 record, the team with the best record in the league, which means they beat every team. Collier continues to dominate and lead the team, but Skylar Diggins-Smith and Alicia Gray have been so solid in their roles. There's just no break in action if you're watching an Owls game. The only game that they looked like they might lose was against the Laces, but they were in range the entire game. The Laces couldn't get rid of them. They were going shot for shot in the fourth quarter, trading buckets. It ended on a free throw by Skylar Diggins-Smith, but I was thoroughly entertained. The craziest part is they've played this entire season with 5 players. No mention of replacing Brink or needing help, just owning the lead.
One of her free throws made was a game winner. Lunar Owls 5-0.
I said it was the Laces, but there's only one court in Unrivaled, and it belongs to the Owls.
Don't forget to like and subscribe, players.